Hi, welcome to the training on SAP ABAP. In this video, you will going to learn about data declaration. So in SAP ABAP, the data declaration refers to the process of defining variables or a data object that will be used in our programming. So these objects can be of different types, such as integer or a strings or a structures or an internal tables. Okay, to define a data element, we will be using a keyword or a statement data. So by using data statement, we will be, declaring a variables in SAP ABAP. So now here we can see I have already created the program. So I am using the same program now. So I'm just going in a change mode. So here the syntax for defining a variable in SAP is that I already mentioned the keyword is data. So by using data, we will be, defining a variable. So you can always give an meaningful, names for the variables, or if it is a internal tables or a work areas. So the main syntax is that LV, maybe I'll just give a variable one and then give type, and then the type of the predefined type, like whatever type you wanted to store in this particular variable, that reference type you can give. For now I wanted to, store a character to the variable one, so I am just giving a type as character. So here the character type will hold the length as one character itself. So if you want to pass more than one character to any variable, so we can define a length like by giving a keyword length and then specify the length. This is one way. Or the other way is that LV val1. So type C, the other way, the length we can define here within the brackets. So this is represents the length of this variable. So here the variable one is of character type and holds the length up to 10 characters. So similarly here LV val is also of character type and holds the value up to 10 characters. So now I'm just doing pretty printer check and then do activate. So here I just wanted to pass some values to the variables. So now I'm passing LV var is like var1 is a name, and then for LV var variable 1 value 1. So for the value 1 I am passing the value as Rani. So I'm just putting this 3D printer, do check, activate. Now we will be, displaying the same, these two variables to the output. So for displaying any data, what is the keyword we will be using? We already have learned in our previous video. So it is a right, and then I'm just giving a colon because now we are passing more than one variable. So LV var1. So to do separation, we have to give a comma and then LV var2. So I'm just ending with the period. Just activate and see here it is giving an error. Click on edit. See here the field LV var2 is unknown. What is the field name of ours? It is a value 1. So first is a variable 1 and then value 1. So now activate, again click LV val1 val1. So I just updated as a double one instead of L. So that's why the error came again. So I'm just executing. See here name is Rani, it is printing. So here if you see there is so much space between name and Rani. Why this so much space? Because here the type of the variable we defined with the 10 character. So that is why here it is preserving 10 character length to display this particular variable. So if we don't want that much length, then we can put this as a 5 and then just activate and then execute. See here now it gave only one space. So this is how it will work with the variables. So now, see here, the maybe we will be having multiple values as a name, different names, but the title for this different names will be a name itself, right? So if you want to define a value to a particular variable, like if you feel that the value will not change or the initial value will be the same, then along with the declaration itself, we can, put the initial value also. So that one we can say default, and default value here it will not come. I'll just give here default type C value. So the keyboard for providing the initial value is value, and then we can directly put name here. I'll just adding a colon also here itself, and then just do activate and then execute. See now name is Rani. So similarly, if you want to print one more time, then we can just take one more value, like we can pass one more value here, LB val1, and then is equal to maybe Vani. Now just write the statement. So here we are not adding any slash. That means it will be, printing in the continuation of this line. So if we want to add a slash, then we can put a slash, then it will come in a new line. So this is also we already learned in our previous video. So now just activate, see name Vani and the name Rani, it got printed. So for suppose, see here, I have updated the value as a Rani to the same variable, and for the same variable, I just added the Vani also, because here the name itself is defined as a variable. That means it will be varying. So whenever you are assigning a new value, whatever will be the latest value, that one only it will just hold. For suppose if I just put this variable here itself, and then if I try to print it, let's see what is the value it is just printing. See here it just printed Vani only, because initially for the first time we tried assigning the value as Rani, and then that value we tried again updating. So in value 1 currently it is having a Rani till here. So here we are updating it with the Vani, so that is why it got updated. Okay, the name variable represents it will be vary every time. Whatever a value we wanted to pass, we can pass that value to that particular variable. So this is how we will be defining a variables. So similarly, here see the type C we are just using as a predefined, like given by the SAP. So if you want to define any custom fields, that if you want to define a user defined field, so that is also possible in SAP. So if you want to declare any user defined types, then you can go with the statement or a keyword types. So here we can go with the keyword types, and then just declared LTY type, maybe of type. So here again it will refer to a one type. It should refer to one type. So here you can give a type as C or anything, whatever you want. Directly I'm just giving a char 5. Okay. So now I'm just activating this. So directly I will be passing that type here, LTY. LTY underscore type. So just check. See length here, the length is already defined here, no? So no need to declare again here. So that is why it is giving an error. Then just do check, activate, and then execute. See here it got printed. So here you might have a doubt that like what is the difference between data and the type. Here type is a blueprint kind. So it won't, SAP will not allocate any memory to it. It will just, it is just a blueprint. It will just show us the how the blueprint will look like. In the similar way, but the data here, that is the actual variable we are just defining. So for this, it will be assigning a memory. So SAP will assign a memory to it. So here you can say for the types, no memory allocation, but whereas for data related things, memory allocation will be there. Okay, so till here we learned how to declare a variables in SAP. So now we will go with the constants. So let's see how we'll be defining a constant. So for constants also, we will be having a keyword called constant. So now we are just sure. See, for now in variable one, we have a name. So since it is defined as a variable, it might be changed in a future. So here we have seen multiple values we can, add to the one particular variable. If a constant, so for now in our situation, the name is a constant. So which will doesn't get changed throughout the program. So in such cases, we can go with the constants and then define a constant as LK con1 and then give this type. Maybe we already have defined a LTY type, right? I'm just using the same data type, take the user defined data type, and here the value name colon. So here if you see, I'll just do instead of this con1, here also con1. Do pretty printer check why it's giving an error. LVCon type. The field LVCon is unknown. Sorry, here we declared it as a LKCon, but we are just using it as a LVCon, so which is not declared in the program, so it cannot be identified. So just activate and then execute. See, now it is coming correctly. So here we can see if I'll just remove the value in a see, first I'll just remove the value in a data type and then I'll just try to activate it. Let's do syntax check. So there are no syntax, it is giving activate and then execute. It is executed successfully. So similarly, I'll try to remove a value in a constant. Let's see. See here, initially only it is showing in a red. That means there is something wrong in this statement. Let's see what was it. So here value is not specified, capacity limit reached. See here for with the constants, the value is mandatory. So whenever you are defining a constant, that means you are defining one value which is not changed throughout the program. So you are trying to declare it, but while declaring you haven't provided any value, then the system is identifying like there is no value, then what is the use of defining a constant? So the value keyword is mandatory when you are declaring a constants, but which is not mandatory as part of variable, because the name itself variable, so it might have an initial values or it can have a value inside the program. So that is the reason the system is not giving any error, and it is not mandatory to have a initial value to a particular variable, but it is a mandatory to have a value to the constant. So whenever you are defining a constant, we should define a value also to that particular constant. So I hope it is clear for you all. So I'm just executing. See, Vani Rani, it is printing. Yeah, so now as a conclusion in our today's video, we have learned about data declaration, like how we will be, declaring a variable, and also a constant declaration, and also how we will be assigning a value to a variable. See, to assign any value to a variable, how we will be assigning? Directly, we will be assigning lv_val is equal to the assignment operator is equal, and then we are giving a value, whatever we wanted to update. So instead of, putting this Rani also in a hard code, for this also, we can define one more constant, and that constant also we can assign directly. Val1 type lty underscore type. So the value I'm just giving Rani. So if you feel the Rani is also will not change throughout the program, or else you can simply define a value constant and then directly assign that constant also, the constant also to the variable. So here we are assigning the constants to the variable. So in this way also we can achieve. So directly I'm just executing. See here, Rani Vani. So this is an assigning a value to a variable, and this is an assigning a constant to a variable. So this we already know that how to, write the output in the, like, to the output screen. So by using the write statement. So that's all for today's video. Thank you.